Okay, so I have a bunch more of these same cells, and I'm going to randomly put cells in any old spot in here. And so that was position 3, and you notice it detected it. Now I'm going to go to 9, just out of arbitrary choice. There we go, picked it up. And now cell 10, and now it's going to start getting a little bit confused because it's detecting cells in different odd places. In the end, regardless of where I put in cells, which I am randomly sticking them in spots, just making sure I get polarity right, it will eventually figure it all out and have all the voltages and all the cells detected. So, yeah, they're just randomly going in wherever. The only thing I care about is getting every hole filled. Alright, so there we go. Now I have all 10 spots filled, and you'll notice that it is now detecting all 10 cells. So now what I'm going to do is zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to hit the stop button, or the stop start button, basically selecting channel 2. It's already set up to lithium ion. I'm going to hit run, and it's already set to charge, and it's already set for 5 amps, so charge, and yes. Okay, so now what we should see is that the second channel on here starts charging, and we have these little blinky lights up here, so let me zoom back in. So this little blinky light indicating activity, and it tells you charge and charge, and you can see current is starting to climb here. Down at the bottom it now says I'm pulling 27.4 amps. The fan on my Meanwhile charger has shut off, and finally the fans on the back of the charger have turned on. So that sound right there is like full volume from this charger, from the fans. There we go. So now the Meanwhile fan is turned on, which was the increase in fan noise. And now we're showing 4.6 amps and 4.09 amps. It still says I'm pulling about 21.5 amps. And you can see on the screen that quite a lot of the cells show balancing happening. And my voltage down here still says 17.7 volts. Shows I've now put 2 amp hours in. Temperature has increased in the heatsink a little bit. It's now up to 43.3 degrees Celsius. And the fans back here now turned up again to hot full speed. So you're hearing full speed from this thing, from the fans. That's about all the noise you get. Yeah, so the power supply fan just turned into high gear there. That's what made that extra noise. So we're pretty much a full fan, turbine, whatever you want to call it. And the temperature is now at 44.5 degrees Celsius. Oh, I guess it wasn't quite. So the charger fans just turned up another notch. But anyway, I'm charging 20 cells simultaneously, and we're doing about 20 amps on the input side and about 8 amps on the output side. And my cells on the left-hand side are a little warm. I would say 90 degrees Celsius, or Fahrenheit rather. And the ones on the left side are still basically room temperature. They'll probably warm up a little bit here. These are 2200 milliamp hour cells, and I believe that they're supposed to charge at 3C max, so I'm doing 2C. So they're going to warm up a little bit. Anyway, just thought that would be a little bit interesting in how this thing works. You're hearing it at full volume. I've never heard it be louder than this. Now it's up to 45 degrees Celsius. Still showing 20 amps and still 17.7 volts in. And if I hit status over here, you can see the cell resistance, status over there, cell resistance. Hit it again, now I'm seeing just general pack stuff, back to the original screens. If I were to hit the stop start buttons, it would stop charging on one of the 2 channels. Right now the tab button doesn't really do anything. Anyway, there it is. If I hit the jog wheel, same thing, it doesn't do anything, because it's in the middle of a process. I'd have to hit stop first to get it something to change, but there it is, charging all those cells at the same time. And that's full fan RPMs. And the CPU fan is going too. So that's full volume.